And if I put this on YouTube to try to help somebody, the people that need to see it won't see it. If I put this on YouTube for the people who don't understand what it means when we say block on skull, if I break this down, because my YouTube channel is for the people who might not know, right? So if I put this on YouTube for the people who might not know, they aren't the ones on YouTube looking for this information. I feel like there are a lot of old players who are just trying to keep up with what's going on DC on YouTube, looking at these videos versus people who have questions and are curious about DC. They need to be learning and Googling and using YouTube as a tool to learn the game. Those are not the people that I think are subscribed and are on my channel. So whenever I make a video, I feel like there's no point because the people who need to see what I'm uploading, they're not going to see it. The people who need to be Googling this stuff and learning it aren't the ones who are Googling it and, looking for it. But however, I guess I'll post it anyway. Maybe there aren't a lot of videos that are just short and sweet enough for people to search it up and be like, oh, that's what they mean. Because I know I've said it time and time again, block on skull, and then I've been in groups with people who get really frustrated, and I'm like, maybe they just don't know what the skull is. Maybe they don't understand what we mean. Maybe they don't know what they're looking for when we say that. And so I'm going to post this video. And this video, much like all of my other videos, are not for you guys who already know. This channel, I'm going to say again, and I'm going to keep reiterating because I think that people watch one of my videos and then they get everything misconstrued. They get the wrong idea of what's going on here. My channel is not for everybody on DC overall. This isn't a place where you come and just talk about the old days. This channel is specifically me posting little things that I feel like people just might not know about. It's nothing very extensive. It's nothing very, in depth. It's just a little, hey, did you know that this is what they mean when they say block on skull? This is the skull. And so I'm in this raid that I fucking hate and I only run once a week. And then I'm looking around the room and I'm noticing that the same people are dying over and over again. Every time that skull pops up, they don't block. Now, I don't know which powers lock you into the animation. I know that for me, I have absorb heat. If I don't cancel out of absorb heat really quick, it stays in what do you call it? Okay, absorb heat is vulnerable to interrupt, meaning if I'm using absorb heat and I get hit by an enemy, it's going to just cancel it. It's going to just stop absorb heat. But I, however, use a hand mod. Empowered channeling is a white mod. Channeled superpowers are no longer vulnerable to interrupt. Okay. And so because I have that mod on, when I try to use absorb heat, if I don't do a quick cancel out that bitch, it's going to just keep going until it finishes. Now, if I am randomly in DPS role in something like Love and War, I try not to hit absorb heat because if I get stuck in it and that skull comes up over the boss's head, I can't cancel out of it because that mod is preventing me from doing that. Um, and so with absorb heat, if I hit it quick, I can cancel out of it. If I hit it and then hit block, we used to be able to jump out of it. We can't jump cancel out of absorb heat anymore because they made it so that you are able to walk while using absorb heat. Unlike snuff out. Snuff out is a finisher that you can't you can't move with it. It grounds you, so you can't move with it. But with absorb heat, they made it so that you can walk with it, and so you can't jump cancel out of um, absorb heat, but you can jump cancel out of snuff out. So I can hit snuff out, but I have to break it. I have to jump cancel out of it to break it to stop it. Um, so yeah, but if I don't hit that break out of that absorb heat while I'm hitting the enemy, yeah, I'm fucked. So I don't know which powers have those type of interactions, but if you're going into Love and War, it would behoove you to kind of resituate your loadout just so that you are able to jump cancel out of um, a power interaction so that you don't go down. But I'm going to zoom in here and then I'm going to pray to the gods that the people who need to see this will find this and learn what it means and what it looks like when we say block on skull or block when you see the skull. You know, sometimes it happens back to back, like fighting Wonder Woman. Fatality is not as bad as Wonder Woman because you have to watch Wonder Woman. You literally have to lock your eyes onto Wonder Woman so that you can see she goes into a block. She puts her shield up, and as long as she's got that block up, your ass better be blocking too. And then when she let that bitch go, then y'all could go back into whatever it is you're doing. So Wonder Woman is a little bit tough, and then she could hit that bitch back to back. And so you can think that you're safe and you're not. So when Wonder Woman gets that skull, you have to pay attention to her visible body because she's doing an interaction. And if you don't see her, if you if you can't see her body in a block in the block mode, you're fucked. With Carol, on the other hand, when she gets her skull, you can kind of time what she's about to do. She puts the skull up. She does a little breathe, 1, 2, 3, or like an inhale, exhale. She does that little jump, hit to the ground. It's hits everybody in the room, and then she stops. So Carol is a little easier to. I think Carol gives you a little bit of grace. Wonder Woman does not. So with Carol, she puts the skull, count 1, 2, 3, block. She's gonna do that little ground hit, and then it's done after that. It doesn't carry on. You know what I'm saying? Like with Wonder Woman, that skull goes on her head, and she just carries that block on and on. Then she might hit it again, and it's prolonged even more. But with Carol, she gives us a little more grace. But I don't know if it's because people are just unwilling to um accept that damage drop off. Like, I don't know if people are like, I'm not losing out on my damage, or if people just don't know. But let us all put some prayer hands in the comments that the people on DC who don't know what the skull mean, or they don't know what the skull is or what it looks like, let's just put a little prayer hand in the chat in the comments so we can pray that they find a video. It don't even need to be my video. Just find a video so that y'all can learn what it means to block when the boss gets the skull over their heads, because y'all are getting absolutely clowned in that goddamn Love and War. And I've always hated that raid, but I hate it even more now because I feel like a lot of people just don't understand it. And they don't get what's happening. They're just dying, and they're like, "Why the fuck am I dying?" So now the healer thinks that they're trash, DPS thinking that they ain't got on the right shit. It's like, no, it's just the mechanics are ever present within the raid throughout the whole raid. And so if you're not aware of these things that are in the raid that are just, yeah, it's difficult. It's stuff everywhere. Like, when you fight Zatanna, people are probably wondering, what's hitting me? What's one-shotting me? That goddamn crystal pulsating at your feet. It's killing you. Get away from it. There's a little ad that comes out, and she's just bald and floating around. Like you just have to be careful. It's a lot of moving and grooving. It's really hard to stay planted in that raid. Um, but once you get the mechanics down and once you know what you're looking at, it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. So I hope that I can kind of edit this video in such a way that you guys can see. And I really want to reiterate that this video is not for people who already know what I'm talking about. This video is for the newer players who are just now experiencing DC and they are trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So yeah. But people like to say I was blocking. No, you weren't. You know, don't my forever phrase is don't piss on me and tell me it's raining. I'm not falling for that because I'm watching you. You thought I wasn't looking, and I was. And I saw that you weren't blocking. You were either stuck in your animation or you just didn't want to cancel because you didn't want to lose that damage. So, but either way, if anyone is tanking in the way that I tank, they can see that you didn't block. And they can see that you're dying in the same spot over and over again because you're not doing the mechanics. Yeah, so hopefully this helps somebody.